Yo, what's up, guys? Uh, Welcome back. This is the Forex Crypto Hub. Welcome to our weekly market forecast. As usual, we normally do weekly market forecast each and every Sunday. So, welcome to this week's weekly market forecast. And as usual, we are going to start looking at um, sentimental analysis first. Then after sentimental analysis, we will now look on uh, fundamental analysis and conclude with technical analysis. So first things first. So for sentimental analysis, we're going to access it via my FX book. So we go to the website my FX book. My FX book. We go to the website my FX book. Um, my FX book. Then you go to the section where we have community. Just a minute. Just a minute. So go to my FX book. So guys, I believe you have seen what has been happening the previous week. Uh, we had that was on Tuesday. On Tuesday is when the U.S. President Donald Trump and promised to strike Iran. But before then, there happened to be peace talks, which were negotiated by Pakistan, and the Strait of Hormuz was opened, and the shipment of oil began. So uh, when that happened, when that happened, you saw that the oil prices dropped. Oil prices dropped, and we also saw that gold skyrocketed. Gold prices were going up. So when you go to my FX book, you come to the section where we have community, and then you scroll down there. You're going to see sentiments. Once you see sentiments, scroll below there. You're going to see now the pairs starting to appear. So the first pair we have over here is Euro USD, and you can see on Euro USD we have 77% of traders being on sales, while 23% are on buys. So in this case, as for me, that is now sentimentally, I'll be joining the 23% and look for longs that are now buys. For GBP USD, it happens that 57% of traders are on sales while 43% are on buys. So you know what to do, you join the minority. And in this case, the minority is the 43%. And the rest, you can check on them, the pairs you trade and so on. So let's check on gold. Let's see what's it there with gold. For XAUUSD, that is gold, you can see 39% of traders are on sales while 61% are on buys. So in this case, uh, we have high probability of joining the sellers, of which you have seen that in the previous week. Uh, the market uh, has been buying. So um, let's go to fundamental analysis and see what we expect from the economic calendar this coming week. Let's go to uh, let's go to uh, fundamental analysis. Let's go to fundamental analysis. Let's go to fundamental analysis. Let's go to fundamental analysis and see what we expect this coming week. So in the sorry, when we come to fundamental analysis, you can see something here. Trump is talking effective immediately. United States Navy, blah 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 blah. What are they gonna do? So it's still something about the Strait of Hormuz. It's talking about the Strait of Hormuz. Remember what happened on last week on Tuesday? It was a cool off period of is it 2 weeks? So it is that one does not necessarily mean that the war between Iran, Israel, and US is over. It's just that we had negotiations and the Strait of Hormuz was reopened, under certain terms and conditions. So now coming to fundamental analysis, tomorrow is on Monday, and tomorrow being on Monday, you can see there is no major news tomorrow. So tomorrow we have IFM meetings, that is the International Monetary Fund. They are going to be having meetings. So if a country mostly relies on it, these meetings might have a great impact on them. So let's go to Tuesday. On Tuesday, the important news you can see there is the core PPI and the PPI. PPI stands for for producer price index. Producer price index, or the PPI, producer price index, or what we call PPI. And remember, as I've always been telling you and emphasizing on, when it comes to this inflation news, sorry, because now PPI is inflation on the producer side. When it comes to inflation news, the Fed, or the Federal Reserve, that is now the central bank in the US, always focuses on inflation from the producer's side. It will always focus on inflation from sorry, not producers, but in this case now is the producers. That is why you have the PPI, which stands for producer price index, and the focus that is now the Fed's the